the harvest.
Good afternoon to you, Africa. This is Imene Nouad with the latest news from across the continent and the world. Tensions rise sharply between Algeria and France as Algeria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs summons the French chargé d'affaires Gilles Barbault after France to air a documentary described as deeply offensive and filled with provocative falsehood about Algeria. Algiers denounces the broadcast as an aggression against its institutions, accuses the French ambassador of involvement, and says it reserves the right to take further diplomatic action. Widad Alawa further explains in this report about this blatant misinformation. Diplomatic tensions between Algeria and France are flaring sharply once again as Algiers moves to confront what is described as a deliberate media assault crossing the line from journalism into provocation. By summoning France's chargé d'affaires, the Algerian authorities are sending a clear and forceful message. Attacks on the state and its institutions, even when wrapped in the guise of a documentary, will not go unanswered. According to a ministry statement, the program is a fabrication of lies and false allegations containing deep insults and unjustified provocations. The French diplomat was alerted to the seriousness of this arbitrary attack against the Algerian sovereignty, pointing to the responsibility of the French public broadcasters and the implications of collision. The statement adds that such an act could not have occurred without official backing or, at minimum, official silence from the French authorities, describing this as a violation of international law. It further notes that the involvement of the French embassy in Algiers, as well as the ambassador personally, in promoting this campaign reinforces the impression that it had received endorsement from official French circles. The French violent conduct represents a new escalation on hostile practices against Algeria, allegedly overseen by official French quarters seeking to keep Algerian-French relations in a constant state of tension. Algeria is standing firm against French attempts to undermine its sovereignty and dignity by exposing what it calls a coordinated campaign of misinformation and holding both media and state actors accountable. Algiers is signaling that any assault on its sovereignty or national institutions, whether through television screens or diplomatic channels, will be met with unwavering resolve. In this context, the president of the dynamic movement of Algerians living in France, Nasser Khabat, condemns what he calls a shameful media campaign against Algeria, as he warns against attempts to distort Algeria's image and stresses the need to respect bilateral relations. Nasser Khabat shares more with Aziz Touahar.
Indeed, within Nouad, the dynamic movement of Algerians in France, we are outraged by this situation regarding this documentary, which has moreover broadcast on a public channel and concerns relations with Algeria. Once again, we are crossing a threshold in a relationship that can only grow more strained because deceitful attacks against the nation, the state, and the Algerian people are unacceptable. Furthermore, there is stigmatization. Anathema is being cast upon Franco-Algerian elected officials who are allegedly portrayed as citizens in the service of consular representatives, which is completely false. Moreover, this documentary was aired on a public channel, which naturally, once again, fuels tensions coming from France, because this public channel should refrain from broadcasting documentaries that are misleading and, above all, that lack objectivity. Naturally, Moudaf aligns itself with the position expressed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs regarding the alleged involvement of the ambassador, which violates all the rules of diplomatic relations. In any case, we, as the dynamic movement of Algerians in France, will remain vigilant and will denounce at every moment these acts that are reprehensible.
In other news, a deadly collapse hits a gold mine in Abu Jabiha, South Kordofan in Sudan. The Sudanese Doctors Network reports at least 6 people killed, 12 injured, and dozens still missing under the rubble. Rescue teams continue the searching operation amid fears the death toll could rise.
Sudan's army chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan holds talks with Egypt's intelligence chief Hassan Mahmoud Rashid. The meeting focuses on strengthening bilateral ties and coordinating efforts to combat terrorism. Security of the Red Sea and regional stability dominate the discussion. Egypt and Saudi Arabia increase the pressure on Libya commander Khalifa Haftar. The two countries urge him to halt any logistical and military support for Sudan's the rapid support forces. They warned that this continued backing threatens stability across the region. In Somalia, the intelligence agency announces the neutralization of several al-Shabaab leaders near Kunyu Barrow. The operation forms part of total war launched by President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud against terrorism. Officials says the offensive weakens the group's commander structures in the south. In the economic front, Libya signs an oil deal worth more than $20 billion with Total Energies and ConocoPhillips. Prime Minister Abdelhamid Dbeiba says the agreement will generate over $370 billion in revenues over 25 years and is fully financed outside the state budget. The announcement comes during the Libya Energy and Economy Summit in Tripoli. South Africa announces its withdrawal from the World Economic Forum in Davos, a temporary withdrawal from the G20. The move coincides with the United States assuming the group's rotating presidency until the end of 2026. Analyst Kofi Wakako says that Pretoria seeks to avoid any tensions with Washington, calling the decision entirely rational. In Algeria, the beauty industry takes center stage in Algiers as the 4th edition of Cosmetica North Africa closes its door after 4 days of exhibition, conferences and business meetings. The event confirms its growing influence as a key platform for beauty professionals across the continent. Yasmin Ben Ashur shares more.
The beauty shop event, Cosmetica North Africa, wrapped up yesterday in Algiers, firmly establishing itself as one of the most influential beauty events on the continent. The 4th edition of the exhibition ran from January 21st to the 24th at the Safex Exhibition Palace, drawing more than 55,000 industry professionals eager to explore cutting-edge products, innovative technologies, and the latest beauty trends shaping Algeria and Africa. Over 4 vibrant days, the show came alive with conferences and hands-on workshops where experts exchange insights on consumer behavior, products formulation, and breakthrough packaging designs. These sessions sparked fresh ideas and opened new business doors for both local and international companies. Building on the success of previous year, Cosmetica North Africa once again brought together top decision makers from fast-growing markets. In 2025 alone, the event hosted more than 250 exhibitions from 17 countries and welcomed over 30,000 visitors, confirming its status as a must-attend B2B meeting point for the global beauty industry.
Now shifting to health news as the Africa Centers for Diseases Control officially lifts Mpox from its continental public health emergency status. Director General Jean Kisaya says the decision reflects major progress in Africa's health security and crisis response capacity. Monitoring and preparedness measures continue across the continent. In Dakar, Senegalese and international NGOs voice expectations ahead of the preparatory meeting of the 2026 UN Water Conference. The high-level gathering is scheduled for January 2026 and 2027. The organizer says that the meeting aims to generate innovative ideas and launch strong partnerships to guarantee access to drinking water. In southern Algeria, Tamanrasset hosts a national awareness day on vector-borne infectious diseases. Health officials warn of rising risks in this cross-border Saharan region exposed to emerging epidemics. The campaign focuses on prevention and early detection. In Mozambique, nearly 6,000 people are affected by severe flooding in central and southern regions, and the International Organization for Migration reports widespread displacement and heavy damage. Humanitarian assistance continue to reach the victims. Concluding with sport news in handball, Algeria delivers a strong performance in Kigali, beating Zambia 37-21. The Greens finished the group stage with 2 wins and 1 loss. They qualify for the main round of the 2026 Africa Cup of Nations. The Algerian futsal team continues its training camp in Algiers. The squad prepares for a doubleheader against Guinea in the second round of AFCON 2026 qualifiers. The first leg is scheduled in Conakry with the return match in Algiers in early February. And that concludes Today Harvest. Thank you for paying attention to The Fullest. It was directed by Yasmin Bekay, control board with Khalid, streaming with Rania, and observation with Tawis and you. Dear listeners, keep tuning to your favorite radio channel, Ifriqiya FM, the voice of Africa.